So basically, this Python notebook is to understand if a person can repay his or her loan or not, if he's a defaulter or not. So here we have imported the necessary libraries, understood about the data set, we're reading the head of it, we are extracting the information, describing the data set. Here we are doing some analysis by plotting certain graphs to understand more about the data set. Here we can see 1 and 0. So 1 means he's a defaulter, he or she, and will not pay back. And 0 means payback. We are trying to compare uh, own car age versus the target. Target is either 1 or 0. For this, basically, we are using the Seaborn library, and within that, we are using the line plot function for plotting. Now, this is the next is checking for the null values in the data set. We use the isNull function. You can see there are a lot of null values. Now, we are calculating the percentage of null values. Okay. Now, basically, here we set a standard of 40%. Okay. And the columns in which the null values is greater than 40% are marked over here above this line, above this threshold line. Further, we are printing the percentage of defaulter to loan payer of the data set for the target column. So this is the percentage. This is a pretty unbalanced data set if you see carefully. We are dropping unnecessary columns. We are plotting a heat map to understand the correlation between necessary columns. And if the correlation is high, only then we'll be keeping it, or else we'll drop the column. Now we are checking for contact parameters, the heat map. So unwanted attributes is a list where we are checking now the length has become 76 of this list. We are basically collecting all unwanted attributes in that list. And then we'll drop it all together. Now this is basically creating a bin, a range for all the age column, where we do data type conversion. Data imputation for null values. Fill any method is basically filling all the null values. Next, we go to identifying the outliers. So basically this code is to understand, as you can see, some outliers here. Next, data analysis, in which we see the imbalance data analysis. So repair, that is 0, we have a lot of that value, and for 1, that is defaulter, that is very less. The ratio is very uneven. You can see the ratio here. So random undersampling we have not performed here, but this can be done to improve the ratio and to balance our data set. Now we are seeing all the numerical data. We are trying to find the correlation of it. And we plot the heat map to understand its correlation. Now, independent and dependent variable distribution. So as we know that y is basically our dependent variable, that is target, and it is dependent on these independent variables, that is goods price, amount credit, family members, etc. Test train split using the sklearn library. We are using the ratio 80-20, 8:2 for training and testing. In TensorFlow, we will be using Keras to develop our model. So this is our network. Basically, we are using the sequential layers to build the layers. This is from the Keras library. Activation function is ReLU and input shape is 6. Number of neurons we can define, we have defined here as 100. So basically you have to keep experimenting with these values so that you get a proper result and accuracy. Batch normalization is important to normalize the data, and a dropout value of 0.3 to prevent overfitting. Compiling the model, we use these optimizers. The loss function is binary cross entropy since it's a classification model, and we are using the accuracy metric. Here you can see, if we see the history of our loss, it reduces as we go down. So you can see the minimum loss is 0.2, which is a good figure after having a max of 1.5 or anything else for that case. In this graph, we can see it's a proof that our loss is getting decreased. And the model accuracy, we are getting 0.91, that is 91%. And if we see the predictions, this is what our model is predicting here for the first 20 values. This is a range which we have given. And if we see the head of the target, we have these values. This is a recall. Basically, this is used to understand how our model is performing, the precision, the recall factor, and the F1 score.